Welcome. Hope everybody feels just fine on this Friday. Another week is done. And I don't know about anybody else, but here in the UK we had a pile of rain. I sure as hell think this country's gonna sink, or we'll have to drill some holes to let the water out. Well, have you noticed how the media and the news and all that is always down, and you're depressed at the end of it? There's no uplifting stories like there used to be. I guess they just want to keep us depressed all the time. Now I guess everybody's heard about this coronavirus, and I think the media and everywhere else is being irresponsible by trying to panic people about it. Because I think it's just like the flu. In fact, it's not as bad as the flu. I think more people die from the flu. But they're trying to panic people everywhere. Of course, you've got to be aware of it. It is something new. But the way they're dramatizing it and making it so serious, I think is irresponsible. Now, of course, you could get depressed by looking at all this media and everything else, but I have my friends to keep me company. And they keep me on an even keel. Maybe you remember the news story about this Carolyn Flack who committed suicide. She was the host of Love Island, I believe. And, of course, it was a female. So, therefore, they searched really long and hard to find the man that did this to her, that caused this, or the patriarchy or something. And they searched the police as well. And, unfortunately, they couldn't find anything. But think about the amount of time and effort and money that must have taken. Would they have done the same for a man who committed suicide? I doubt it. And as we know now, all the celebrities and the actors and singers and musicians are getting on the bandwagon to be activists as well. And the latest one, which isn't really a surprise, I knew she was very feminist herself, was Taylor Swift, who in my opinion looks pretty plain Jane without all the makeup on. And her songs all sound the same, double-tracked, triple-tracked. I don't think she can really sing very well, to be frank. Not like, say, Whitney Houston. But she made a video where she was dressed as a man. Now, she can't just be dressed as a man. No. She has to push a narrative. So she has the man mansplaining and all other things, trying to push a message. And I really don't think they understand that people are tired of the same old message. Now, I can't find the story again now, but I did read about it. It was about a mother and daughter. The daughter was about 23. She had a little baby, and they was on a Swiss flight. And they were asked to put the pram or buggy in the hold. But they said it was far too expensive to go in the hold. And obviously, these two females thought they were princesses and very entitled, more than anybody else. And these rules were not made for them. Anyway, they caused such a kerfuffle and wanted to know all the people's names so they could report them, because that's what these entitled, important females do. And I believe the captain came out and he said, well, you've got the names that you need to make the complaint. But apparently that wasn't good enough. Now, I don't really know what happened, but apparently the females assaulted the captain and they ended up on the floor, I believe. And there was a lot of kicking or whatever from them. I mean, obviously these are sweet mother and daughter, aren't they? But this is nothing new lately, is it, with entitled females thinking they're obviously princesses and rules don't apply to them because they're so important. I believe they were arrested, but you can imagine that nothing's much going to happen to them. Now, let's just flip the coin and put that as a man assaulting the captain of an aircraft. I mean, they'd put him away forever, wouldn't they? And if nothing's done too much about it, it'll happen again, and maybe in a disastrous outcome. So as you see men and young men out there, you just watch and listen, you can see females at their true colors, who they really are. They don't seem to have any respect for any man, and they certainly don't have any respect for any laws. So, stay away. So here's a final little thing that I'd like to talk with you about. You know, I catch the bus every day to go and come back from work. And I was on the bus coming home, and some school kids were on the bus. And two schoolgirls were behind me. I guess they'd be about maybe 13, 14 years old. And I'm sitting in the seat in front. And of course they're rabbiting to each other, as they do. And this is how young girls think. In fact, a lot of older girls think as well. One of them was saying to the the other how they like to get married to a drug dealer or a drug lord, a Mexican drug lord that had loads of tattoos all over their body and live in a big house somewhere in Mexico with guard dogs all around and guards. This is how young females think. She also said that tattoos really turn her on, and so do Mexicans. Anyway, I guess it's their stop, so they got off and walked down the aisle, and I got to see them. And my God, they were very, very large girls. And I was thinking maybe in reality they might want to sort of cut their dreams back just a little bit. Or maybe make some effort to get to their dream instead of just being a female and that's it. I know nothing's really been uplifting to you on this video, but I still have my friends, so I'm fine. And also I did hear that some laws have been passed where transgenders can't play sports with females anymore because they're beating the crap out of them. You see, feminists and SJWs and all that don't want equal laws and be equal. They want laws just for them, not for anybody else, to give them the advantage. It's very obvious, isn't it? Also, another story in the small area I'm in the South Coast, there's the I-360. If you don't know what that is, it's a cylindrical thing that goes up a post. Well, a tall post. Goes way up. Anyway, a female proposed to her boyfriend on this ride. And I've witnessed quite a few news stories where the female proposes to the man. I guess men just ain't asking them. And just because the female asks doesn't mean to say the man has to say yes, does it? He'd be a fool to, wouldn't he? Because the laws are the same in the courts, whether she asked or he asked. So please, men out there, don't fall for that one. Don't throw your life away just because she'll be upset. Trust me, she'll get over it very quickly and have another man in tow. I also have noticed that YouTube is hiding my channel all over the place. I can hardly find it myself. I believe there will be a time when YouTube is all about advertising and nothing else. Remember, when in doubt, go walkabout.